All right. Hey, there we are. What's going on? How's everybody doing today? Give me 1 minute, and me and Jeff will join you.
He's still sharing the show.
I'm still sharing. Sharing is caring, and the Steve Squared show is anything but caring. No, I don't think I said that right. Anyway, let me see. Oh yeah, there it is live. Look at this. Oh, you do this so good. Jeff's production value is fantastic. His show starting soon. He's just unbelievable. Fantastic.
Now he wants a fish background.
Oh my God! I wish I could. We can't show them, but this.
You know they can hear that.
They can hear what? Yeah, I know. That's okay. I'm getting it off in a minute. I'm getting it off. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. So we want everybody to really experience the magic of today's show.
He's only been here a half hour.
I know. You know, I'm what's called a procrastinator. An artist cannot be rushed, nor can someone that procrastinates. There we go. Okay.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
we're good. We're live on every different social. We're on Twitch. We're on Switch. I've made up a few streaming platforms we're on, apps. We're on TikTok, Tinder. We're everywhere.
Sweet.
Oh, sure. We're on every filthy app you could find that's out there. We're on. I made sure our presence is felt.
You have covered the cesspool of the internet.
Oh, sure. This is the Steve Squared Cesspool Show.
Very good.
Welcome. It's a rainy day. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Do you know who said that?
No idea.
Of course you do. Well, yes, but you know who else said it.
No idea.
You don't know? Are you serious?
No.
Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. The song.
No idea.
Oh, Jeff, you're a music aficionado.
For good music, yeah.
Big first word of the day, aficionado. Look that up. Karen Carpenter.
Okay, when did she say that?
Well, you know who she is, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So the Carpenters, Karen Carpenter, Rainy Days. She sang. It was one of their big hit songs. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down.
No, I don't know her that good.
Anyway, beautiful fish background. Gorgeous. I'm looking at it right now. Jeff has a screensaver on this. What is that about? What would you say? 55, 60?
65.
65-inch screen TV. Gorgeous. And it's a mosaic of some of the most beautiful fake fish you've ever seen. And it was sea urchins, the whole underground world that it's by the sea. It's like Ariel.
Yeah, brought to you by Roku.
Sure. And instead you have this beautiful black nondescript background to watch the show. Absolutely. I told you, I said, what are you doing? That's beautiful. Is there any way we could do this?
If you want them to ignore you and watch fish, we can do that.
Probably be a better show. I used to like enjoying watching the Yule log at Christmas time. And that's just a burning.
I still do.
And that's just fake fire. They don't even do the real log anymore. Now it's just fake log. But yes, it always seems like rainy Mondays. And of course, all right, I'll give you another one. You probably know this. It's more from this century. Just another Manic Monday.
Yeah,
one of your favorite, and you love Susanna Hoff.
I love Susanna Hoff.
Yeah, see, I knew I'd get in Jeff's wheelhouse. You're a big Susanna Hoff. Yeah. Yes. Jeff is a huge Susanna Hoff fan. So, as she's wonderful. She's one of the Bangles, in case you haven't noticed. Look her up. She does a lot of good solo stuff, too. She's got a great solo.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
She's very good. Good guitar player, too. She's, I think she writes songs, too. She's talented.
She's very good in her own right. Absolutely.
There's so many talented people out there, and I'm jealous. I'll tell you, boy, what I have a niche on, though, that they don't. I have probably one of the last pens that exploded. Can you get a look at that? You see that there? It's all over my hands. Right before the show, I was trying to jot down some notes, and the pen exploded in my hand. Have you ever had that? I know some teachers that are watching the show. The pen just burst in my hand. But you said you haven't had an issue like that since you were like a kid.
Since like forever.
Yeah, the pens are made better now. That'll serve me to use one of those quill pens that they signed the Declaration of Independence with. I haven't moved on from the feather pens. I dip it in the ink, and I find that more historic way to get my point across.
You should have waited for the show that would have been good.
I should do what?
You should have waited for the show to explode your pen.
I should have. I think I might switch to using what do they call it? The feather pen. Because when I was in Washington, it was very, historic in its own right, government policy, the whole thing. And they had all the parchment and accoutrements, if you will. of different feathered pens.
If you do that, you got to put the white wig on and everything.
I look great in a white wig.
Mhm.
I've always said I'd look wonderful. And it would fix this hair I got going on. This is Monday rainy hair I have. It's a new style. It's called Monday rainy hair. I went into the barbershop and asked for that. I said, give me Monday rainy frizzy hair.
Barbershops still exist? Really?
Of course. You wouldn't know. When was the last time you got your hair cut?
I couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
No, you just letting it grow? You always let it grow. But you've never gotten a trim or something like that?
It's got to be 20 years now.
20 years?
At least. It's got to be.
Of course they still exist. I go to the Tommaso's barbershop in East Islip. They're very good there. In East Islip, right off Montauk Highway. Wonderful. Shout out to Tiara. She's my hair barber. It's like an old-fashioned brother and sister own the shop.
Yeah.
I told you, you weren't, when I went through all this, I had this problem when at the time I was using one guy, he left to move shops. So I used her. Then he came back. So I felt awkward. Their chairs are right next to each other because I liked the way she cut better. So I stayed with it. It was very, now I always have to say hi, and it's so awkward.
Yep.
You know how that is. Jeff doesn't know how that is because he doesn't
No
cut his
idea.
hair. That's how you avoid situations. You just let it grow. But what a weekend. I'll get into all of this in a moment. We got a lot of things to talk about. First of all, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Okay.
That's today, I think, right? Today's May 5th?
I have no idea. May 5th, yeah.
Is today May 5th?
Cinco de Mayo?
It is. Today is Cinco de Mayo. So yes, it's a the happy. This is now. There's a lot of debate on if this is the real day. That it's supposed to be the Liberation Day of Mexico, and
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
I have no idea.
Well, Americans turned it into a their own thing where they just get hammered.
Sure, we turned it into a booze party.
It's a booze party. It's a getting hammered and getting free tacos. We turn anything into alcohol and food. Any chance we get as an opportunity to go out and get imbibed. But yes, that's the idea behind it. So today and yesterday, and you are a Star Wars person or not really? Of course you are.
Of course.
How
I
could
was
I
there
ask?
in 1977.
You were right. You were at the first
I was
when it
there.
opened, right?
I was there that day.
What theater did you see it in? Do you remember?
The one-screen theater over here in Lindenhurst.
Wow.
Montauk Highway.
On Montauk Highway in Lindenhurst, you saw the first Star Wars. That's the first one, the 77.
Yeah, May 25th, 1977. It was a Tuesday night, 7 o'clock show.
Wow. Was there a line? Was it packed? How was it to get tickets back then? Because
It
you couldn't do
was-
Fandango.
Well, you had to wait online to get tickets.
You just had to wait
And then
online.
go in, yeah.
So did you know to get there early? Was it like a big build up to the Star Wars? Where you knew I have to get there, or you just were like, I'm going to the 7 o'clock?
My mother and father just said, we're going to the 7 o'clock show. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
That was it.
My first movie.
That was your first movie?
Yep, right there.
I'm glad you're wearing the shirt today. That's perfect. Did you do that by accident or on purpose?
I just put on a shirt today.
It's fantastic. It actually fits for the show. Because yesterday they turned it into this May the 4th be with you.
Yeah.
That whole, whatever, again, another whole nonsense thing.
Yep.
And it was actually so the Yankees had a bobblehead day yesterday. Stanton, Giancarlo Stanton, who's yet to play this season. He's hurt.
Shocking.
He's got double elbow problem. They call it double elbowitis. He's got problems in both elbows.
What is he, 45 now?
It's just a mess, this guy is. But he was great last year, and then he comes into spring training, and he's got two elbows. But anyway, they have the bobblehead, and he's got a Jedi thing. It's the bobblehead with a Jedi thing, and he's got the bat, or it's like a lightsaber or whatever. Yeah. And it's so the Yankees gave that out yesterday, and but a lot of teams and a lot of things, and then you see on the Amber Alert signs as you drive around town, Southern State, Northern State, the Amber Alerts, it says Han Solo down, like slow down. There's all these like little funny puns about Star Wars. Oh, you don't like that. You're angry about it.
That is so irritating. It's so stupid.
Han Solo down. What it did do was distract me from driving and almost went off the side of the road because I was trying to read it. I can't. I'm visually impaired. So I'm like this, and then I went, whoa!
So stupid.
And then they had another one. I have another one that I took a picture of because I knew you would get a kick out of this. What was the other one? Here it is. Buckle up, young Skywalker. So you can see here. See there? Buckle up, young Skywalker. If you could see, people can see. So that's how the Amber Alert signs looked, and they would give little funny messages.
Because anyone's gonna buckle up because that says young Skywalker.
Probably not.
I hate puns. I hate stupid shit like that. It just,
I know.
it's irritating.
I agree. I like to get, I like the I wonder how I gotta ask Steve how he would feel about that. I don't know how Steve would feel if he would be. I think he would like that. I think Steve would like that. I think he would find that cute and funny. It's too bad Steve's not here. He would know what was going on. That May 25th was the first Star Wars, right? May 25th was when it came out, 1977.
1977.
Wow. 1977, and so that was Lindenhurst doesn't have that theater anymore, right?
It's a CVS now.
Ah, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
It was a boat shop, and then it turned into a CVS.
As everything has. Everything's turned into a CVS. Good for CVS. They're the only one doing good.
Every time I walk in, hey, aisle 1, that's where I sat.
I sat right in aisle 1 and watched Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you sat there, you'd see Q-tips and Kleenex. And cotton balls.
The screen was in the pharmacy.
Oh, what? Wow. Was it a drive-in or an indoor?
It was indoor.
It was indoor. Okay. Because there were drive-ins too back then.
Yeah, they had one over here in Massapequa by Home Depot.
Right, the Copeg drive-in, all-weather drive-in.
I saw Return of the Jedi there.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Did you see Jaws, or was that a thing, or was that out already? That was earlier. Jaws was like 75.
I didn't see Jaws until some years later.
Just on TV, or like not in the movie?
Like on HBO.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, did you like Star Wars as a kid? Do you remember?
I loved it. That's why it got me into movies.
Really?
Star Wars. Yeah.
Wow.
I was hooked from the beginning.
Did you like all of the sequels? Do you still follow it to this day? Are you a Mandalorian person, or these other things that have spun off?
There's some of it that should just never have been made.
Okay.
I mean,
because there's so many, I can't follow any of that. I watched I've seen the first, maybe the return, maybe the second, but then
there's a lot of great stuff. I mean, The Mandalorian was good.
Mm-hmm.
Andor is really good.
Okay.
But Ahsoka was fucking awful.
I don't know what that is.
You don't want to forget about it. So some of it is iffy, some of it's great, but
okay.
Yeah.
But it inspired you. I like that.
It did. It's what got me into movies.
I like
absolutely.
That's fantastic. So let me show you this.
What do you got?
I'm enjoying my existence, as any of you do. And in the mail, this is why you should never go to the mailbox. Never open. I'm a true advocate. If you don't look at it or get it, it's not there.
Oh, I know what this is.
So I get something in the mail. And I get excited. I go, oh, look, mail for me.
Yeah.
Is it a card? Maybe it's something exciting. Of course it is. It says, important jury summons notice. There it is. Get a look at that, baby.
There it is.
There it is. Important jury summons enclosed. Please open and read carefully. And then it says, bring this entire form with you. So if you notice, it was previously postponed. I previously postponed it due to weather. It was a weather rainout. So now this is the makeup game. So, and look, they have my name. I'm a standby juror. What does that mean? I guess you're calling for that number every night you call.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know if is it every night?
For 1 week. Mm-hmm. It says you call for the week of May 19th. Mm-hmm. And then you call and you listen. Then they do a batch of numbers to report the next day. And if your number's in there, you have to report the next day, or be subject to imprisonment, which wouldn't be a bad option. Because I hear they're reopening Alcatraz. That would be my luck.
Which I'm not totally against that, really.
That would be my luck. They would reopen up Alcatraz, put all the gang members, all the real ruthless terrorists. Escaping jury duty would end. That would happen. I'm not supposed to be here.
They have to threaten you with imprisonment.
I'm not supposed to be here. How long do you think I'd last in one of those cells?
An hour maybe.
That's 59 minutes longer than I thought.
Being generous.
Oh, sure. As long as I had Celsius, I'd be fine. Do they let
Absolutely.
you have access to Celsius
I
in
don't
jail?
think so.
But I could be the trainer. There's a lot of guys that like to work out.
Sure.
Oh, sure. I would bring everybody together. I feel like I'd be a unifier. I'd hold a podcast show
Mhm.
from Alcatraz.
I'm sure mass murderers would love a trainer.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure. Everybody needs a trainer. Anyway, so with the threat of Alcatraz, I feel like I need to call and go.
You might want to do that.
I sure do. So I'll be there. But I am going to try to call. I don't know. I got to get more clarification on this.
Not so hard. Just call, listen to the recording, do what it says.
It says if I have to go, I have to go. This is from Donna Christensen. I guess she's the jury foreman, Supreme Court
Probably.
person. It says I have to report to 100 Supreme Court Drive, Central Jury, Mineola, New York.
Oh, Mineola.
Oh, sure. Why, is there another one?
There's one out east.
Yeah, no, I'm Nassau County.
I went there. Oh, yeah, you're Nassau. So.
Yeah, I'm Nassau. You're Suffolk, right?
Mhm.
They have one that's more out.
Yeah, way out east.
That's I've passed that when I've been driving. Yeah, oh God, I don't want to go to that.
Oh, there a couple of years ago.
Yeah, for Jerry?
Yeah.
Nice. So what am I gonna do? So anyway, so yeah, so happy May the 4th. So this weekend it was a little rainy. It was starting to get some rain. The weather wasn't super good, but you got some walking in. You said you did some walking.
Yeah.
So that was good. I biked yesterday, ran on Saturday, much to the behest of my injury. I'm dealing with an injury, but I don't want to bother the folks with my injury. I'll suffer in silence.
Yeah, they don't want to know.
People want to know. Let's see what we got on the docket today. Let me see what I want to talk about.
And he wants me to run. Mm-hmm.
You know, I saw the trailer for the new Karate Kid movie coming out. Speaking of movies,
Ugh.
Karate Kid: The Legends.
God.
I like Karate Kid the first one.
The very first movie.
Yeah, it was a good, feel good, like a Rudy, Rocky story. Great.
Yes.
After that, it's just gone completely. Rocky 2 was terrible. I mean, not Rocky 2. Karate Kid 2, where they went to Tokyo or Okinawa, bad. And he even admitted Karate Kid 3 was an absolute. He only did it because it was in the contract.
Yeah.
He said they had to do with 3. So
I refused to watch it.
yeah, it was so bad. Then they had a later one with Hilary Swank and Pat Morita. That was so the return of the Karate Kid. She was the Karate Kid.
She's a good actress.
And it was her first role. She was like 20.
Oh.
It was like you would take anything.
All right.
And yeah, so that wasn't her fault. Like it was just a garbage thing.
It didn't ruin her. So
no. If you look at it, she was like 20, 21.
Mm.
But it just so this one's coming out. It's got Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio.
Mm.
He was good in the Karate Kid. He was good in Outsiders. I don't know if you could get worse as you get older as an actor. Maybe you do.
He's still doing Karate Kid. So
yeah, he just does him.
Here's your answer.
He's not acting. It's like him. He's always the same. His acting style is so terrible, and he's just not good. And I like him. He's from Huntington. He's a really nice guy.
Kind of like Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I don't watch enough Keanu Reeves. I even think Keanu's better.
I mean, he's a great actor, but he's always the same character.
But that's what I mean. I think he's at least engaging and almost believe the character, even if it's that one character.
Yeah.
Ralph Macchio just looks like Ralph Macchio's like being an Italian guy from Long Island reading lines. Like it's he doesn't even, but he's got that nostalgic feel to all of us as the Karate Kid and the Outsiders. So we accept it. We just want to see him. Nobody really is going to pick him apart. And of course, Cobra Kai was hugely successful. I think mainly due to everybody else. Billy Zabka.
Did Elizabeth Shue come back for that?
Yeah, for one season, she was in a couple episodes.
I love it.
Like just like she made like 2 appearances. It was like a double episode. Yeah. But it was really the kids were really good in it because it was really more about their children getting into fights. It was really that. But that was I couldn't. And then I got even sick of it, and I loved it. And by the 5th season, I didn't even watch when it came. I was done. But this is Jackie Chan, who's also got to be approaching heavy yearage.
Jackie's up there.
Yeah, he didn't look great in the trailer.
I haven't seen him since Rush Hour.
Yeah, so he's in this movie, and he's the Pat Morita type, obviously, and Ralph Macchio is gonna teach him Miyagi karate, and it's this new actor. I don't know who it is. It's this young Asian actor who gets bullied and picked on, and then his only way is to fight in the tournament.
So there's nothing different at all.
Not announced.
It's the same exact thing.
It's exactly the same.
All right.
It's exact. They probably could have shot this in an hour and a half.
Nothing's new.
There's nothing new. He's got a girl. That the kid has a girl. That he obviously there's a little romance in there, a little bullying in there. All the ingredients to make a boring movie, because we've seen it again and again. That's what upsets me, is the repetition of the same story. Yet when we go in with something, they go, "Oh, we're looking for something different." No, you're not. You're looking for the same. I understand. Of course you do. I like to park in the same spot all the time. I get it. Stick with what works, even though it doesn't work anymore, because nobody's going to the theaters anymore.
You know how many great movies there would be if they would just stop greenlighting this bullshit?
There would be, yeah. There's a lot of new writers and other people, but studios are scared money, and they're investing, and they don't want to gamble. They'd rather just say, yeah, give us whatever. You like Final Destination. They're up to like 7 now or 8.
I saw the first one. I didn't care for it.
That's up to number 4 or 5 already. All of these. They're like
Fast and the Furious.
Fast and the Furious 10. Lilo and Stitch. That's like number 3. I mean, it's silly.
Who the hell is watching this stuff?
People go, I guess. I don't know.
I don't get it.
I'll tell you another thing people watch with I have anger towards.
And nobody watches that.
The torture of horses.
Nobody watches the Kentucky Derby.
Now, not only is it how I really frown upon this thing of these poor horses, and I love how when they build it up, they go, the horses are so excited. They interviewed no horses. I didn't see one interview where they put a mic in front of a horse and said, "How do you feel about today? You feeling good? You enjoy this?" When they staple your mouth closed and your tongue down, because that's what they do to keep their tongue from.
Really?
Yeah, they put a thing down on their tongue and then on the muzzle.
That's horrible.
And then they do things with their eyes so they can't see next to them when they put them in the starting gates. So they're blocked off like they do. I saw this behind the scenes thing once, and it's really...
That's awful.
These horses would much prefer having an apple under a tree, I'm guessing, than being whipped by a small person.
Where's the animal cruelty people? Hello?
It's just not powerful enough. These things are too big. They're too big because they talked about the guy that owned the horse. He was so excited. He's a sheik, from Dubai, that has a harem of horses. Like they try to make it out like it's this Kurt Russell story, when he had the girl and she wanted to win the race. Yeah. Like this guy, he's a trillionaire and he owned every horse in the thing, so he was probably going to win. And and then the women go with their stupid heels and hats, and there you go. And it was a mud flop because I guess it poured. It was just a rainy day, and so they torture the horses. But the horse that won was Sovereignty. It's nice.
Okay.
Sovereignty won, and it beat out Journalism. That's nice. Now, all of the horses, there was, I think, 15 horses or 16, whatever there is in the in the field, were all straight line descendants from guess who? And don't say my side of the family. See if you can guess. A famous horse.
I know they just made a movie out of it with Tobey Maguire. Was it that one?
No. What was that horse's name? Oh, that's going to bother me too, because that was a great movie.
Something with an S, I think.
Oh, no. It was a little horse. Now I got to think of it. Tobey Maguire. But this was this was a straight line of Secretariat.
Secretariat?
Yeah, but that wasn't the movie. The movie that they had of Toby, the horse movie. Now we both have to look.
Was it Secretariat?
It was not Secretariat. No, it was, but it was a true. It was a real horse. It was a Secretariat was a big horse, like big famous horse. Let's see. Let's see. I'll look it up in 1 second here. It wasn't Spider-Man.
Tobey Maguire horse movie.
Tobey Maguire wasn't in Tropic Thunder. Seabiscuit.
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 I knew it was sea something.
Yes, you were almost right. Seabiscuit. That's right. Seabiscuit. Now, Seabiscuit was also had lineage to some famous horse, maybe, but was a small, undersized horse. So that was also like a real Rocky story. So that was, but yeah, so they're all straight line descendants of Secretariat. I don't know how they do that. They put them, stud them, whatever they do. Whatever these, this is a very rich, aristocratic thing.
Yes.
You don't see a lot of middle-class poor people running with parasols and going and owning a horse. The average Long Islander is probably not owning a horse in the Kentucky Derby. They're probably running to OTB. I'm sure they're doing that, which is still open.
OTB still around?
Everything's closing on Long Island. Libraries, movie theaters, art centers, small cinema houses, cultural, dance, everything but OTB continues. Because you know what? At the end of the day, people love gambling.
Yep.
Prostitution and gambling. That's where it's at.
That's that ticket.
It's Pottersville. It's real life Pottersville. That'll sustain on Long Island. Tanning salons, prostitution rings,
and casinos
and gambling.
That's it.
That's it. Although they are thinking of, speaking of prostitution, the Sunrise Mall is closing. Did you hear this?
Oh yeah, no.
And I thought it had been closed for 10 years.
I think the last store is already closed. I think.
Well, Dick's is the last store. Macy's was still open, I guess, but they said that had closed. So Dick's, it's really, I've gone in there to Dick's in the last maybe year once to look for something. Actually, around Yankee time when they won the pennant, I was going in there to get some paraphernalia. And I just peeked out to look in the mall. It was just empty. You know, it's just this desolate emptiness. So they finally are going to do something there. What they're going to do, now I thought this was fantastic. They're building, it's just in the talks now, but they're actually going to build Long Island's own Nassau County prison cell.
A prison?
No, just kidding.
That's what we need.
Just kidding. It's going to be a prison, a giant prison.
There you go.
For Nassau County's fine, for our most best, I'll be in there for Jerry. I'll be the first one.
Yep.
For Jerry Freud.
You are inmate number 1.
Yeah. I'm sending Steve in my place. I'm going to give him my ID and let him go. So anyway, no, Amazon is going to be there.
Oh, really?
Amazon warehouse. It's going to be divided into four parcels, but Amazon is going to be one of them. Nice. And then they're going to have the other 3 parcels or whatever it is. So I guess Amazon will be a warehouse.
Great. I can get my package in 5 minutes rather than 2 days.
But you get things pretty fast from Amazon anyway.
Yeah.
Would this make it faster, I'm guessing?
Well, yeah, I normally get 2 days free shipping.
Okay.
This will be like 5 minutes down the block.
Well, you can just go there and get it.
I
could. You just go right to the thing. You can order it on your phone while you're standing there and ask them to hand it to you.
That's great. Amazon. When did you hear that?
Oh, yeah, that's been in the news. That was a couple of days ago. Or at least a couple of days. That was a building story Amazon had done. Now they were like, yeah.
That's a great idea.
So Amazon will be there. That's going to, and obviously that'll probably be jobs for people on Long Island that want to work there.
That's a great idea.
And so Amazon will be there. I thought more of a massage parlorist class, something else, but my idea
that would be awesome too.
It could happen.
When I get bored during the day, I need somewhere to go.
This would be perfect for you. Or a stable. How about a horse stable? No? Okay.
No.
All right. I don't have really good ideas. But wait, speaking of good ideas, what else have we got? There was one thing I wanted to show you.
How much you want to bet Amazon backs out?
Here it is. There it is. Speak of the devil. I knew I had it somewhere. Amazon plan, Sunrise Mall. See, I'm not just a pretty face.
Sweet.
There it is.
Okay.
Amazon's plan at Sunrise Mall. slated to buy nearly 27 acres, which I don't know what an acre is. Well, acres, no, that's pretty big, 27 acres. Because when you own an acre for a home, that's a lot.
That's pretty big, yeah.
So 27 acres is pretty big. Open operations center at Massapequa site. Doesn't say when. Amazon seeks part of mall. It says Amazon plans to buy 26.7 acres in Massapequa, where it wants to open a operations facility. On Thursday, the Nassau County Planning Commission approved an application from the mall's owner. Amazon intends to buy one parcel. The mall has one tenant left, Dick's.
How much you want to bet the residents of Massapequa get together and vote that down?
They're already up in arms.
They are?
Yeah, they're already, for some reason, they don't want it. They're upset. They don't.
They did the same thing to Amazon in Long Island City.
Right. They just don't want, and I don't know what I guess they feel it would bring, what, traffic?
What's wrong with you, Massapequans? We want this.
Massapequa, then nobody watches my show. I don't know who you're begging. I don't know who you're pleading to. Anybody that has any power is not watching this show, believe me. I want to go to that. I mean, I love to go to these things.
Yeah.
I went when back in the day, Massapequa had a what's that rib joint in Bayshore that's very famous?
I have no idea.
Oh, my mom's gonna kill me because she does Smokin' Al's. Smokin' Al's Ribs was in Bayshore. They opened up a location right in Massapequa, right on Merrick Road. And next to it was these other stores, a dance center, guitar center, and they were all doing pretty poorly. This is pre-pandemic. So they had oh, look, we're getting a call here.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
who's calling?
Oh, look at this. We're even getting a call in.
Who is it?
Hello? Why can't I hear anything? Steve? Did he call me by accident?
Caller, we can't hear you.
Steve, can you hear me?
Oh, there you are. Yeah, it was coming in a little choppy.
Oh my God. I was afraid there.
What's going on, bud?
Nothing much, buddy. How you doing?
Ooh, what's going on?
Not much. What are you up to?
What am I up to? I'm up to the Amazon portion of the show.
Oh, you're doing a show?
Yeah, of course. It's Monday.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Steve.
I didn't notice that.
Are you not watching?
Steve, I got Jeff here too.
Jeff? Oh my God. What a show.
What's up, Steve?
Hey, Jeff, how's it going?
All right, buddy.
Yeah, there was no. I told you there was no studio because Tony had his birthday last week.
Right. You know,
so yes, I know you were. So Steve, you always know what's going on in Massapequa. You're the eyes and ears of Massapequa.
Well, you too. You know what's going on.
What do you think about this Amazon thing? Is this going to go through by the Sunrise Mall?
I would think it would, unless the people are upset. Though I hear the people are upset.
That's what we were just talking about, and I said, and Steve will back me up on this. Do you remember a little place called Smokin' Al's?
It's still there. You know that.
I do. And do you remember who went to the town hall meeting when they were upset?
Was it Angry Man Stevie K?
I made my presence felt. I went and I heard all the people very upset. There was Mr. Kwan of the cleaners, not happy that smoke was in the on his dry cleaners. He had barbecue smell.
Oh.
A jealousy thing because they were doing so good and they were taking their parking and blah blah blah. And then
there wasn't a lot of parking there to begin with.
Right, you know that area well.
Yeah.
So people were upset, and of course they sent down. Smokin' Al himself didn't attend.
No Smokin' Al?
Well, he's too big to go to something like that. Smokin' Al.
Is there a Smoking Al though?
But that's the question. Is there truly a Smokin' Al? I think what they did was they sent some carny in his place, some lawyer, some jackal.
I hate the carnies.
It was a carny, and he was telling people, oh, this will be good for the community because while they're waiting for a table, they'll go into your place. Nobody bought that. Nobody bought that. That's the old shuffle the cups with the ball.
Yep.
Yes.
Now, Steve, did you bet on the Kentucky Derby? Because I was just doing my outrage on the torture of the poor horses.
Torture the poor horses. I did not bet on. I don't bet on the horses.
I'm so glad you called in because you would know this. Jeff was just reminiscing because I was talking about yesterday was May the 4th be with you.
Yes, exactly.
And
May the 4th be with you.
And Jeff, I don't know if you're watching, Jeff is wearing his shirt that's 19 he's got the original 1977 Star Wars shirt.
Well, I didn't buy it in 1977.
Well, oh, okay.
It looks too good for that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you were smaller then. You were smaller.
I was a little
Wow.
bit small.
Did you hear that?
But no, he was a kid. But
Yeah.
he saw it as a kid on May 25th at the Lindenhurst Theater.
Wow.
You know, the one right on the corner of Montauk Highway and Walden Avenue?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know that theater.
Yes, I do.
Or
Well,
he said it's a CVS now.
yes, it's a CVS now.
Yeah.
Now, Amazon might be opening up in the mall. Here's another thing that's
It's
going to
not opening up in the mall. They're tearing down.
well,
the mall.
you know what I mean. Yes.
Part of the property.
Yeah,
on
in that
the-
property. Right.
This Amazon substation.
Yes, an Amazon substation. Now, that's exciting enough, but here's what's really exciting that's going to happen. Not only is that opening, but I hear rumors they're reopening Alcatraz. Not Alcatraz, Rikers Island. No, is it? Which one is it?
No, it's Alcatraz.
Oh, it is Alcatraz.
Yes.
Now, you know I have a connection to Alcatraz.
I did not. Oh, I mean, did you, is that when you did your performance art? You tried to be Jack LaLanne and swim across the bay?
There you go. See, Steve knows. He knows where I was going with this. It all leads back to me. Everything leads back to me. Jack LaLanne, of course. And I think, obviously, Jack's no longer with us, but maybe his son should reenact the event to open up the prison.
There you go.
That would be a
He's
a great
in
idea.
good shape right now. But
no,
I mean,
that son's built like a pillow. He wouldn't make 2 strokes, he'd be underwater. Especially in that shark infested 50-degree bay.
what would Jack say to his son?
You're built like a pillow. Jack was not proud. First of all, I don't think it wasn't really his son, it was his half son. Or they call that
a stepson.
stepson. Not a half son.
A half son.
That's like when there's an eclipse, you get a half son. But yes.
So, I mean, it's crazy. You know, Steve, it's like, I blame this on you, because, I'm looking on my phone, on my Instagram through things,
Yes.
and guess what? This is what pops up.
And now here is the man who will show you how to feel better, look better. That's fine.
It's always, Jack is always here.
He's always not far away.
Very much for
Now, I could play the music or something if I wasn't hamstrung by the FCC rules embedded by YouTube and Facebook. We used to play we could play the organ music. We used to play. There you go. It was like an Italian, one of those things. And of
Listen, just one little speech from Jack. One little.
yes, please.
I'm here for one reason and one reason only.
One reason.
And look better so you can live longer. Please keep your dial right where it is because I want to become real good friends with you.
Now,
You know,
now Jack had
talk of late.
his 2 German shepherds, Happy and Smiley. Now he had
Smiley?
yes, well he had 2, but then one was there was one that was changed. So there were 3 dogs. But his 2 German shepherds, which are on the cover of my book. If you look at the book, there's a picture hanging in his apartment, and there's him with the 2 original dogs. I was looking to see if I had the book with me. But that is yes, he had the 2 German shepherds. And he would, talk to and I still would like to find that unitard. I thought that unitard was great. Now I'm trying to get James Madsen to play. I think he would, because he did it in the Seinfeld,
In the Seinfeld Pop-Tarts.
and he was great. He looked great. He did it as a.
I think you should be doing a one-man show. Get a wig on, and get the unitard, and just, and the Capizios.
Well, I think that I looked on, Google. It's hard to find that Jack LaLanne outfit.
You looking for Jack LaLanne?
Well, it's that one-piece jumpsuit.
I mean, there must be some, maybe James Marsden kept his.
Yes, I don't.
Try eBay. Yeah,
I could try eBay.
Sure.
Now, Steve.
So, yes.
Yeah, what were you going to say? I was going to tell you something.
Well, going back to Star Wars.
Yes, go back to Star Wars.
You know where I saw Star Wars originally, and I saw it when it first came out in the theater where the theater that I saw it in had just opened, and that was the first movie. I think one of the first movies that played there. It was the Lowe's, or as my parents or my family in Brooklyn would call it, the Lowies. It's the Lowies. Let's go to the Lowies.
The Lowies.
No, it was Lowe's in Levittown.
The Lowe's in Levittown.
Wow.
Yes.
Nice.
Is
It's
that
still there.
that's the one that we've gone to?
And we've gone to. I just went there the other night to see
What did you see there?
the Thunderbirds. Not the Thunderbirds.
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. Thank you.
Now, what is Thunderbolts? That's what I was trying to find. I was going to ask Jeff. That's a Marvel.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
what is it?
They're a bunch of how would you say it, Jeff? They're a bunch of ragtag
Misfits.
It's
misfits, would you say?
they're,
Yes.
they're Marvel's version of DC's Suicide Squad. Just a happier version.
Okay.
They're not so miserable like Suicide Squad.
Now I haven't seen Suicide Squad, so that's
They're like the feel good suicide.
it's a
Squad.
feel good
Yeah, there you
Suicide
go.
Squad. Okay.
That's it.
All right. So how was it? What did you like it, Steve?
You know what? And I'm getting superhero fatigue, but being that said, I did like it.
You did like it. Okay.
Yes,
And where did you see it, in Levittown?
in Levittown.
Okay. Now I told you there's that West. You should go to that. We got to go to that.
I know the South Bay.
South Bay is
Bay Theater,
unlimited.
yeah.
They give you the. I heard they give you. Well, they do.
Massages.
Not massage.
Oh,
See, we started the show. Everybody, it always comes back to massages.
Yeah.
They give you. That's what I thought they should have opened up by the Sunrise Mall. But I think that's there now anyway. I think that's there. No, there's just no. It's not organized. The South Bay, right? It's the unlimited popcorn, and soda.
right.
And did you ever
Oh,
go to
wow.
that movie theater in East Northport, right by the 24-hour fitness?
I've never been to that movie theater.
That one has supposed to be a real. It's very nice. It's got a shop, a bar, a quasi restaurant. It's top of the line, and you can go next door to work out.
I've seen pictures of that in Newsday.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Here's another. Not to change the subject. Well, actually, I am changing the
Yeah.
subject.
Good.
This is a story which I found in Newsday. It seems that now this is a problem that I guess confronts all Long Islanders that have a lawn, or not even have a lawn. They're now trying to force. They don't like those gas blowers that all the lawn guys are using
Oh yeah.
that make the noise all morning.
There's nothing they hate more than low income housing in their neighborhood, and that's the gas blowers.
The gas blowers. So what they're trying to embark is to make them go to electric, because for some reason it's quieter. The gas
Yes,
ones
they're
are
quiet, yeah.
more powerful. So now the lawn blower union.
They
that's-
call them the
that's-
lawn blowers. Isn't that's the name of the union?
The
lawn blowers.
Brotherhood of Lawn Blowers have gathered together Those that
Were
are
you
still
in that
here,
movie?
those that are still here, those that are still here and not hiding under their bed, have gathered together, and they are going to fight. And they said that if they, now I'm translating,
Of course.
of course, sorry, but they said that this will then they'll have to push the cost onto the consumer because that costs them more. I guess is that I don't know how that's
Well,
probable.
they're gonna have to carry like 100 batteries around with them all.
Oh,
the
is that
time.
right? That would be cool, like a battery pack. No, all right.
It makes it a little harder for landscapers to do their job.
Let me tell you what I did back in the day when I was a kid. I mowed our own lawn.
Oh, really?
Oh, sure. I grew up the hard way. Steve, I grew up from the streets. I wasn't always wearing a
There's a
dumbbell
lot of
shirt
grass
and doing a
you know?
podcast show. I wasn't always white collar.
There's a lot of grass in Canard.
There's an awful lot of grass in the city. And I'm telling you, I had one of those lawnmowers. And you want to talk lawnmowers? These were back in the day where it shot rocks at you.
Yep.
And if you were wearing like your life was in your hand. If you went over a rock, it like ricocheted off like the house and would come back at you. I used to wear goggles. It would hit my legs. I'd come back in the house, bruises and welts. I mean, I didn't have it easy.
He wore goggles. I mean, you should have kept them off. They probably wouldn't have hurt if it hit your eye. Maybe something good would come out of that.
Oh.
Be able to see better.
Well, no, maybe that's what happened because no, I had my eyes were like an eagle when I was a kid. I could really see.
Right.
Mm.
I mean, they only deteriorate lately. And I was saying, Steve, do you see those Amber Alert signs that say "Han Solo down"?
Yeah.
Long Island loves their sense of humor.
Slow down, you must.
Yes. And they had "Buckle Up, Luke Skywalker" or something like that.
Yes. I
So
think I sent you some
did you?
clip of those.
So
Yeah.
it says here, yeah. So you must have had one of those lawnmowers as a kid.
Oh yeah. I always wore. I was never. Thank God nothing happened. But they always said, whatever you do, don't mow. Watch out for the rocks. Don't mow over rocks.
Don't mow over rocks. Mom always said, "Don't mow over rocks."
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, that I really wanted, but my folks wouldn't get it for me. The mower that you could sit on and ride.
You should never have one of those.
We didn't have a big enough property.
You would need a lot more
Nice,
property.
though, right?
That's
You
true.
know what? I kind of would feel like Eddie Albert in Green Acres.
A Green Acres reference. That just took away 99% of our audience.
Place to be.
I love to see. And then with who was in that? Dolly Parton? No,
Ava Gabor. Close.
I was close. I love to let my left to be.
You don't even know the lyrics.
That was my Jaja Gabor. Was it Jaja or Ava?
No, it was Ava.
It was Ava.
Yeah.
Oh, Ava got that gig.
Yeah.
Boy, the two of them, I heard both went up for the role. And they gave it to Ava because Frank had some pull.
Yeah.
I think
Sinatra.
Ava was probably the better actress.
You think so?
Yeah. Jaja was pretty much a fraud.
Oh no!
Complete.
Really?
No,
You guys
Ava-
really all
Ava
over
had better
Jaja?
Ava had better acting chops.
Now I would say they were the prequel to the Kardashians,
Probably. Yeah.
right? When you're talking about a
Yep.
family that's
Yeah.
really famous for nothing.
You can say that.
Yep.
Sure.
But not nothing. I mean, Ava Gardner was an actor, right? Not Gardner, Gabor.
Ava Gabor was an actress, yes.
Yeah, so she wasn't a total fraud.
Well,
No.
Jaja was the first.
Jaja kind of, yeah, she was more about
Jaja was kind of cheesy.
about
I
the
mean, she
wealth
was in
and
movies
the
and all
the
that, but
glamour
she
and
She was
the,
the Kardashian.
she was the Kardashian, right?
Yeah.
She was more the Kardashian. Okay, maybe there's a movie there.
No, please no.
I might write the Gabor story.
No,
That might be my next book.
no. I'd rather have Fast and the Furious 20.
God, please, no more of those.
Are they up to 20 now?
I haven't seen the first one. I don't know.
Now, what?
I only saw the first one, and I think I saw it. Maybe I don't know if you went with me, Steve. I know I went with Joe.
I didn't see it.
Okay,
I've never
Joe.
seen a Fast and
But
Furious.
I just felt lost. I said, God, I just don't get it. I had absolutely no. It's one of the few movies even movies I hated, I kind of understood. This I just had no interest in whatsoever.
I hear they shot it on Deer Park Avenue.
That's possible, yeah.
It was crazy.
Just real live action from Deer Park Avenue.
That's Fast and Furious 2030.
That's what I'm saying. Now, I don't know if you...
Fast and Furious 231.
231. Boom. Now, I don't know, Steve, if you knew this, and you probably did, or Jeff, but this weekend was the Great Chocolate Expo.
I know. I was at work. I couldn't go.
And
Where was this?
at Hofstra University, David Mack Hall, which I've been to. It's wonderful, David Mack.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful hall, and they had a chocolate expo, and not only did they have globs of every kind of chocolate, but featuring half
Four
of
of the Bradys.
4 out of 6 of the Brady kids.
Really? The Brady kids were there?
Yep. Now there was Greg, Peter, and Bobby, and Cindy.
Cindy.
Marsha's too big for something like that.
Oh, wait.
Marsha's way too big. Even though she had done some early in her career some work with chocolate.
Yeah, because Marsha.
Was that though? You were in that. You did that project with her.
I did that. Maureen McCormick started. It was back in the day, and I think it was shot in Okinawa. Oh, Chocolate.
Coco.
It was called the Brady Chocolate. It never really made it to the Hollywood film scene. It was in Cannes. It was a foreign film Maureen McCormick did early in her career. All Chocolate bunch. It didn't take off. It was a spinoff. She did it with Eve Plum. And they changed her name, Eve Chocolate Plum.
I know that you're totally against that because you refuse to eat plums.
I'm a big plum fan, but they have been very pricey. I've seen it's like $4 a pound for plums. Everything's gone out of control.
Yeah.
It's only getting better.
It's gonna get better. Oh, Steve's getting in there. I know how to get Steve's gadget going. But so they had this chocolate expo, Steve, and they had all of this. They had chocolate from Dubai, chocolate. They had a lot of chocolate dipped items. Here it is. Chocolate Works of Belmore and Plainview dips everything in chocolate from pretzels to Oreos to graham crackers. So that place was there. It's called the Chocolate Works of Belmore was there. Listen to this, Steve. Chocolate covered garlic bacon.
Ugh.
Why?
Who the hell is eating that?
It says, for those who like some spice, it's chocolate with
And a heart attack.
bacon bites, chocolate covered garlic bacon, crispy bacon strips in dark chocolate.
Well,
If you want a
I
stroke,
know.
have some of that.
I could maybe understand sweet bacon, possibly. I couldn't imagine the garlic in there. So yeah.
Now, Steve, whenever he makes a reference, he always knows some of my earlier work. That was a series I had called Sweet Bacon. I was an undercover detective.
Oh, for God's sake.
It was called
Seriously?
Yeah, it was called Sweet Bacon. It was shot kind of like Blair Witch style.
God.
It was a cross between Barnaby Jones and Columbo. I was Detective Sweet Bacon.
Amazing.
And Steve, look at this. Double chocolate challah bread.
Oy vey.
Or for our Jewish audience, challah bread. Not to be confused with our governor, Hochul.
You're getting better at that.
I always bring it back to the governor.
It's a bit of a stretch, but yes, whatever.
So, and it says the Brady kids were on board. And listen to this, Steve. Look at the prices here. It was, if you wanted how much do you think a photo would be with Greg, Peter, Bobby, or Cindy?
Well, Mr. Short-Term Memory, I was the one who brought this up
Oh, that's right.
last week.
Yes, you were.
I believe it was $40 if you either wanted a selfie
Yes.
or was it autograph?
Yeah, so what it is it's $40,
Right.
$40 per selfie and $40 per autograph. But if you wanted the combo, it's
You
$60.
save yourself $20.
You save yourself $20. You get $60.
There you go.
So you
60.
get
What a deal.
You get a selfie with Greg,
Why?
better known as Barry Williams. What do you mean why?
Why?
Look, who's your idol? You love you love Judas Priest, Metallica.
That's different.
No, it's not different.
Sure they are.
There's nothing different between Metallica and the Brady Bunch.
Come on. Greg was Johnny Bravo.
I
Now there's
still
a
wouldn't
rock
have
and
my
roll
picture
star right
taken with
there.
them.
Would you? Yeah, I wanted to ask you. Who do you like? You like Metallica, right, or Iron Maiden?
Iron Maiden. I'm a big Iron Maiden.
Right. So, and you, I don't know if you're familiar with Greg's work,
Johnny Bravo.
or as AKA Johnny Bravo.
Not at all.
All right.
Because he fit the suit.
He fit the suit. You fit the suit, man. I love some of the characters they have in the Brady Bunch. The one that had the safe soap guy that was the director.
Yeah, Paul Winchell.
I knew Steve would know that. That guy was great. And let's see if Steve remembers who was the film or a photographer in An Odd Couple when they got stuck in the mountains in the snow.
Hello, Coco. No, I'm sorry. I don't. In the snow?
Yeah, remember when Felix was going up and he was going up to shoot something in the Alps or something like that, and then he went with the director or something like that?
Albert Brooks
Albert,
was the director.
That's right, Albert Brooks.
Right.
That was an old one. That was good. 5 minutes. We got a look at this. We're going fast. So that was the Chocolate Expo, and they had activities for kids, balloons. We missed it.
Well, you know what? I wish Jack LaLanne was alive, because I'll tell you, I saw pictures of the Brady's, and Peter put on quite a bit of weight there. He had quite a gut on him.
You know, it's hard being the middle child, even if it's fake, even if it's not real. You know, Steve, you got to understand. Jack never judged.
Jack wouldn't put up with this. Jack would not, but Jack would never make excuses. There'd be no excuses.
There wouldn't be any excuses. Oh, you know what? Also, this week was, and as a runner, I didn't even give a shout out this week, and this was a big weekend. Not only was it Chocolate Weekend, but it was also the marathon. The Long Island Marathon ran.
Really?
Yeah,
And you missed it, really?
I missed it. Now this is interesting, Steve. Listen to this.
Yeah.
It says the marathon of Long Island, which is, I've done the half. It's one of the most boring. You run down the Wantaw Parkway and back.
Oh, shocking.
Yeah, they should. When they hand your bib, they should hand you a 45 millimeter gun to blow your brains out, because there's nothing more boring than this run. And so they haven't changed the course, which I thought they should have put it on the Gulf Coast, made it a little more scenic. Nobody listens to me. So it says the marathon starts at 7:30 in the morning. Okay. And the post-race festival and awards ceremony is at 8 o'clock in the morning. So do the math. The marathon, 26.2 miles, starts at 7:30. Even if you were driving in a Fast and Furious car, you couldn't finish by 8 o'clock, let alone running on the Wantaw Parkway.
Wow.
So I don't know if they were in a rush this year to open up the Wantaw Parkway and ask people to drive it instead of run it. But
maybe if they used a little music to keep things exciting.
Hands on your hips. First, take your right leg lifted up, then your left leg. Now, I'm sure
Here we go.
Sure you can do that. Ready? Begin.
1, 2, 3.
What's happening?
You see, Steve, you couldn't run with that.
I was just doing it. I don't know if you're watching. I just got up and I was doing it. It's so exciting. That music is inspiring.
What just happened?
There is nothing more. Jeff, you should have got up. How could you not with that music? He's asking. Jack LaLanne is saying, come on.
I'm not feeling inspired.
Jeff was one of your clients.
He's a
right?
protege.
Yes.
I'm a mentor, as it would. You know, Steve, I had a pen explode when I opened the show today.
Oh no!
I got ink all over me, and I gotta bring Steve up to speed. I was served with a jury summons.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Yeah, I postponed mine. I think they're coming back after.
Yes,
after me in June.
This is May. I postponed it too I thought, they'll never remember. They remember.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be funny if we all ended up on the same jury?
I think we will, and I think it's going to be for the Alec Baldwin trial.
That has since passed.
Oh, darn it. I don't get on anything colorful.
Yeah, you missed that.
Yeah, what's coming up that would be good for me to get on? Anything?
I don't know.
Anything on Long Island? There's got to be something colorful. We do a lot of things wrong here.
Oh, the Gilgo Beach murders.
Yeah, I don't want to be on that.
Yeah.
Nah, that'll be months long. That'll wear on. I need something quick. like a quick trial. 7:30. All right, we're coming on
I can
7:30.
tell you, it looks so cozy. Where are you? Are you come from Astro's house or?
No, we're actually I'm over by Jeff's. We got this.
Oh,
Is
Jeff's,
yeah, I'm in Copeg.
That's like a real. That's like a real studio.
Right?
Look
Do you
at that.
see?
That's like-
Look, he's got the backdrop, and I told him he's got a screen of these beautiful fish. It's kind of like a screensaver on the TV, 60-inch fish.
Very relaxing.
Oh,
Five.
it's all this fish, 65.
Don't
Sorry,
cheat me 5 inches.
65. Hey, you should never cheat somebody. So 65-inch, and he's got the screensaver, and it's all these beautiful fish. I told him that should be behind us.
I will rearrange my living room.
Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Absolutely.
The production. I like the curtain. It's almost like we're in theater. It's like where we just popped out from
Exactly.
behind the curtain. It's got a very theater-esque way.
Right.
No, Jeff. I say
See?
it's fantastic. I applaud your efforts. Speaking of which, it's 7:30, and it's time to close shop.
Turn it down.
Bringing it down. Where are you, Steve? Are you home? Work? Car?
I just came home from work.
Oh, nice. All right. How are things? Okay over at Starbucks?
It's all right, you know.
All right,
Just
good.
another day in paradise.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. Well, this was cool. This was fun. For another rainy Monday, another manic Monday.
Yeah, awesome.
Steve, I tell Jeff, I open the show, I say, rainy days and Mondays always get me down. I ask him, Jeff, who knows all this music stuff, who said that? He gives me the hands. He doesn't know.
First thing, Jeff would not know that kind of music. And if Jeff did know that kind of music, knowing Jeff, he would never admit to knowing a Carpenter's song ever.
Oh,
They were
sure.
totally
But he
doing
knows
it for that.
Jeff likes a lot of music. I mean, he likes
Top of the world.
he
It's a
likes
great song.
Top of the World.
Great song.
Maybe I don't know.
I think no.
You'd be shocked at what I listen to.
He's very all over the spectrum. He's like you. Jeff could sit there and listen to Judas Priest and then go listen to
Yesterday, I sat here. I watched a Metallica concert,
right.
and then I watched a Lady Gaga concert.
There you go.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, Gaga just performed for like 100 million people,
10
right?
million people
In Brazil.
Oh my God, it's so funny. You know how far ahead this thing is? I just saw you do your Jack Lane dance.
Oh,
This
that's
is how
funny.
this is how delayed this thing is.
It's really delayed. It's like me. It's very
That was
delayed.
like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, he's just seeing it now.
Damn.
What time zone are you in, Steve?
That's a massive delay.
Are you on the East Coast?
Well, you know, it's a little different in Copeg than it is here. So
It is. It's the streaming service is a little slow. It's like watching a Yankee game on Amazon. It's like the pitch leaves the hand, and then 10 minutes later, you hear the ball hit the bat.
Are we up to something like sitting there with a censor button? Like,
That's probably what it is. We're being censored. Those damn Governor's Comedy Club people. They're probably
God.
blacking us out from playing that Jack LaLanne music. Now I'm in the mood for Svangili. I feel like I'm in something Italian.
You go to Umberto's doing jumping jacks.
A little chocolate dipped Svangili. Speaking of chocolate, for myself, for Steve Arino, the Yemster, for our buddy Jeff, and for all the Brady Bunch. And you people out there, have a safe, wonderful week. We'll see you in the studio. We'll definitely be there, Steve-O. Next Monday,
All right.
6:30. We'll talk to you later. Have a good night.
peace.
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 Hey.
Peace.